He's still doing it. I don't know why. Don't know what's going on. Why is it being my favorite inbred Angloid? How you doing, Melson? How you doing, son? The stream is a bit choppy today. Don't know why. I'm trying to fix it, but it's saying keyframe frequency error. So we'll just try it from here. We'll just see how it goes on. There's not much I can do. There's not much I can do about it. How are you today? How is everyone? We're going to soldier through. Oh, that's so bad though. Why is it saying stream alpha's excellent? Please you. We'll troubleshoot as we go. How to fix? Okay, what's this? How to fix? YouTube is not. Okay, go to OBS. What's it saying in OBS? Settings. We'll go to settings. Outputs. Okay, we'll try. Warning, recording save, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I don't care about. May work, may not. How is everyone? Okay, what's he done? So he's changed that bit rate to 1000. Apply. Okay. Bit rate to 1000. We'll try that then. We'll knock bit rate down to 1000. May this work. We'll find out. Bit rate issue. Any streamers? Anyone know how to fix a laggy stream? Oh, this is terrible. Izzy folded. Izzy was ridiculous, man. He'd already crumbled before the fight had even started. He'd crumbled. and it was the beginning of the end. When he hit deep waters, that was it. He was just done. He had nothing. He had nothing to give. And that's the difference between DDP and Israel Adesanya. DDP trains for deep water fights. And that's what makes him so brilliant, so good. Danuka is the man. Yeah, Danuka, Kai Kara, DDP all turned up last night. Good to see the viewers going up, Mush. Yes, it's not doing bad, is it? We're not doing too bad. I'm just trying to fix the stream. It's all laggy. Yeah, so what's everyone thought? Everyone's thought. You came for the thumbnail, and you stayed for the company. Well, you're not staying for the quality because the stream just keeps. Yeah, the stream just keeps buffering. I'm currently trying to fix it. Not sure how. Update. What's the update, Donny? What you updating? Donny, son. Donny, lad. What you updating? Where is the Canadian whiskey? I haven't got Canadian whiskey. I've only got that shit Irish whiskey, proper 12. Anta. I've only got that terrible, terrible whiskey. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to fix it, man. Where's this geezer gone? I have no idea what do, boys. It's just not working. It's just choppy and laggy. Task manager. Okay, my memory's fine. CPU's fine. GPU's fine. There's nothing. Okay, memory usage 15. Okay. We'll try and delete some files, just see if that space gets freed up. Okay, retesting. Retesting. Ah, okay. This should work now. This should be banging. Right. Here we go. Right. We should be working. We should be up to speed, boys. How's that for you? I'm a fucking tech wizard. Check that shit. Fucking on the fly. Troubleshooting. Bet that's working. Bet it's fucking perfect. Perfecto. 6800. No, don't want that. Don't want that. Why is it doing that? Suck on them nipples. I'm happy. Yeah, DDP won. I'm glad he won. We'll do a poll, actually. We'll do a poll. Are you happy? Are you happy you retained the title? Oh, the don't care option is not being added, so the don't care option is not voting Western. Anyway, we're good now. I can actually talk and not faff around. How you doing, Paradox, Western, Mohammed, anyone else who's in the chat? 42 people watching. Drop a message. Subscribe to the channel. We're not going anywhere. Cayman Rider, welcome to the stream, my guy. I predicted 3rd round KO, but 4th round sub is right, isn't it? Yeah, it's not bad. Did you put any money on it? Did anyone win anything last night? Anyone win anything big? Patty Ryan. Still disappointed. Well, the first beginning part of that stream is just completely fucked up. Did not go how I wanted it to go. I saw Kenny Okoye's reaction and it was absolutely priceless. Ooh, is he actually on YouTube? Did he live stream? Kai Kara ruined me. Did he bust your parlay? Kenny Okoye. Kenny Okoye MMA. I'll try find that reaction in a bit because it's like a 3-hour stream. Unless someone's clipped it. Good. But switching it up to grappling and getting Izzy more hesitant, fight IQ at play there. The how much he adapted in the fight was quite good. I liked to see him adapt. I thought he was going to lose the fight. That first round, he came out and he backed up and he was then exploding from outside the range. So when he was getting close to Izzy was just bobbing and weaving and moving around. He was giving Izzy way too much space, and I thought, oh, DDP's fucked it. he's fucked it. And then after round 1, his coaches said, you're giving him too much space. Close that distance. Don't back up. Press forward. And he was exploding within range. And that's what made the difference. Like you say, the fight IQ, changing it up, listening to his coaches. This is something that so many fighters just don't do. They just don't put trust in the coaches and do what the coaches say. The coaches said, don't back up, so he didn't back up. Ciao, bamba, Alessani. Ciao, buongiorno. Vaffanfio. I don't know any more Italian than that. That's about as much as you're getting. Pizzeria. I had Izzy up 2-1. I think the judges' scorecards had Dricus up 2-1. Let me check. I'm pretty sure. Official scorecards. Let's have a look. So the ad. Oh yeah. So the judges were mad last night. So the judges. One judge had Izzy winning 1 and 3 with Dricus taking the second. The second judge had Dricus winning 1 and 2, and the third going to Izzy. And then the third judge had it 1 Izzy, 2 and 3 Dricus. So it would have been interesting to see how that played out. Bit weird judging last night. Didn't they get rid of one of the judges? What happened? Did he get banned? Yeah, UFC 305 judge gets fired after handing in worst scorecard in UFC history. So it was for the Tuivasa fight, wasn't it? He gave Tuivasa all 3 rounds. Owie boof. And that was mad because it wasn't even close. Rozenstruik won the fight. I just followed you. Oh, nice one, Mohammed. Yeah, I'll pull that up, actually. Let me have a look. I think I'll have to follow you back. Are you sure you followed me? I'm sure that was me because nothing's come up on mine. Yeah, he got booted after the Tuivasa debacle. Rozenstruik, he gave 30-27 to tie all 3 rounds. It was mad. He was fired. I thought UFC had no control over that shit. They didn't say who actually fired him. The headlines are saying judge gets fired. They don't say who. It was probably the commission. And like you say, Cayman, that is far and few between that they actually take any responsibility. But how could they not? How could they not take any responsibility? They do have an athletic commission. Just having a look now, see if I can see. Yeah, so it was the commission. It was the commission that got rid of him. What's TOS stand for? Text on screen, I think it says. I think. It's supposed to be the voice thing as well. The voice thing works, kinda, Oh, nice. I appreciate that, Cheddarhead. Thank you very much for the dono. Thank you very much for the $4.99. What a champ. Did you purposely like leave out the 1 cent so you didn't get the text on screen? It might still come up. I don't know. I don't know. Nice one. Appreciate it, brother. How you doing, Cheddarhead? Yeah, MMA_honest. That's the one. Oh, there you go. No, it's not. It's not. I've not got any notification. Hang on. I've not had any notification. Maybe comment or something on one of my posts or something. I don't know. Yeah, you just comment. Yeah, so commission. Oh shit. What just happened? That was weird. A noise happened. I don't know what noise happened. UFC judge was sacked. It was somewhere it says about the commission. It wouldn't be in the UFC. I don't think the UFC have the power. But then again, you know, with the Abu Dhabi cards and the Saudi Arabia cards, don't the UFC have some kind of control over the commission? Want the commission set up with the IMAF or something, and the UFC are part collaborators in the commission or something. It's so weird. The Saudi Arabian and Abu Dhabi commission don't really have a commission, and the UFC have kind of helped them set it up. So it's almost like the commission is the UFC. It's weird as fuck when you look into it. DDP just overpowered Izzy's Wizard when he had that body lock and just got to his back. Serious strength and grappling. Yeah, it was very impressive using the body lock, dragging him down. But the lengths that DDP is willing to go to, like the deep waters, his cardio and conditioning is great, but that's not the impressive thing because he does get tired, and I think he tired before Izzy tired. What's very impressive about DDP is because he gets tasered in training, he can push through that pain barrier. Like, you know, when guys are tired, they just stop throwing, the hands drop, the things stop going. They don't move forward, they don't press, they don't throw the hands, they don't throw the kicks. It's almost like they stop fighting and they start like breaking down. What I like about DDP is when he's in those tough waters, because he gets tasered, he's probably like, what would I prefer? Swing my arms and walk forward or get tasered? That's the mentality that this guy's in. All right, I'm going to go live, brother. Have a great stream. And as DDP says, all right, Paradox. Nice one, brother. I'll let you up in a bit. Fixing games and fights has done more now because you can bet on everything. We'll never know what is fixed anymore. I think Pereira going to 85 would even hit his weight gain back to 205. I think it would. I don't know if Alex has just thrown that out just to stir shit up. He can't be seriously considering going back to 85. The man was thinking about stepping up to heavyweight. Surely not. Surely he's not making 85 again. He's got crazy heart and embrace the grind. Love it, I do. 5'7" isn't deep waters. What you on about, Donnie? 5'7" isn't deep waters. Oh, that's the one. Yeah. Nice one, Mo. Nice one, Mo. Yes. Cheers, Mo. Let's have a look. Watching it now. Oh, he's such a glazer, isn't he? He's such a glazer. He's saying that it's a flawless performance from Izzy. There was nothing flawless about Israel's performance. It was a back and forth fight. It was a battle. It was a war. I hate that. I really hate guys who just can't see past their own glaze. It's like a egocentric, self-absorbed attitude. I can't wait for him. Mo, oh my god, this is brilliant. I'm so glad you sent this. He said, I don't think he's hurt. I don't think he knocked him down. I think he slipped. What fight is this guy watching? I don't think he's hurt. I think he slipped. This is great. This is absolutely priceless. This is so good. We'll continue. That's so good. That is so damn good. That guy, I don't like him. I don't know why. I think it's the bias, the extreme bias. As he's calling the fight, he's trying to make excuses for Israel Adesanya. Oh, Israel Adesanya slipped. He's not hurt. He's having a perfect fight. Then he gets fucking knocked down and submitted. That's great. I mean, to be fair, I'll watch all these at some point. You've got Joey, all these guys that were backing Izzy. Pereira is close to 240 than 185. True. How is it a flawless performance from Izzy if he lost? I don't know. No, this was Kenny Okoye's reaction as he was watching the fight. About 30 seconds before he got knocked down and submitted, Kenny was saying that it was a flawless performance from Israel Adesanya, which is mad. Priceless. He said, that is priceless, Mo. Love that. Thanks for sending that. God damn. Some people, I don't know what they're watching. I don't know what they're watching. I get being excited and wanting to wanting your guy to win. Wanting your guy to win is different than just watching the fight and having complete delusions about the performance that's happening. And don't get me wrong, Israel Adesanya had a great performance, but it wasn't flawless. It wasn't perfect. Would you think that's just part of winding people up? Is that him playing the game? Is that part of some character, or is he really delusional and messed up? That's the story of DDP. People have moments against DDP, but it's just that DDP knows how to close the show. He is very much. I'd like to see the Strickland rematch, because I think in the rematch it goes very different. I do think it goes very different if they rematch. So I'd like to see that rematch. I'd also like to see DDP versus. I'd like him beat. I don't know. Alex should just stay away from the middleweight division. Kenny truly believes in his hype. Oh, Kenny's a bit delusional. I remember when he had that weird cringe debate with Lucas Tracy. That was bad. Be interesting where they move the UFC middleweight division now. There's a lot of movement and a lot of fights to play out. We've got KO fighting Cannonier next week, which I think if KO beats Cannonier, that puts him in the top 5 rankings. So it opens up a lot of possibilities for DDP. I don't think necessarily we need the rematch with Strickland. I really don't. Strickland, he never defended the title. He should be fighting. He should be fighting again. He should earn the way back to the title, because when he got the title shot against Izzy, it wasn't like he was beating world beaters or the best of the division to get the title shot. So I do feel like he needs to get one back before he gets another crack at the title. If DDP does more of that dirty boxing, clinching against the cages, short shots are deadly, I would think DDP would win more convincingly. True. The thing with DDP, he never looks like he's winning convincingly, does he? Like that's the thing, until he wins. He's got such a weird style. If you think about it, Dana has never directly promoted Izzy, DDP, Alex Aspinall, Islam. Promoted Leon, O'Malley, and Paddy instead. He kind of played into Strickland's game a bit more. I feel like that's true. So, hang on. I don't think he's. I can't remember him ever promoting Aspinall. Alex, I feel like they have promoted Alex, man. Like, they do a lot of promo around Alex. They did. I've seen like even shorts that they've done, like Shammer shorts and stuff like that. Izzy lately, I'd say that Izzy over the last year or two, it doesn't feel like they promoted him. They did. I don't feel like they promote him anymore. DDP, I feel like, yeah, you're right on that one. Leon, did they promote Leon? No, you're right. You're on about like directly from Dana's mouth. I know, yeah, Dana did have a lot of good things to say about Leon. He did have a lot of good things to say about Leon. But that was because the whole situation when they were trying to book fights, Leon was saying yes to everything. But I don't think he's directly promoted him. He stumbles into victory. DDP is a weird one, but gets the job done. He's what he does well, and above anything else, he can take a punch. That's one thing. He's got a good chin, and he listens to his coaches. His coaches tell him jump, he jumps. His coaches tell him move forward, he moves forward. His coaches tell him start throwing hands, he throws hands. He listens well, and that's a good fighter. Look at any fighter who listens to. If you've got good coaches and you listen to your coaches and you just do what they say, I'd say 8 times out of 10, it's going to work for you. DDP just has that footing power, just weighty punches versus those snappy punches. Yes, like the heavy hands, but I wouldn't say he's got proper knockout power, but I know what you mean. He's just got heavy hands. It's almost like Israel was trying just not to get hit in that last sequence. He was just trying to avoid getting hit, and he gets clipped. Just meaning Dana never talks about those guys unless asked about them, like Leon and other. I personally though, I don't think it means anything to Dana White in that aspect. I think the Leon thing, he had a lot of good things to say about Leon because of the whole. It was around UFC 300, wasn't it? When UFC 300 and they were trying to book Leon to join that card, Leon got in the good books of Dana White because he was saying yes to everything. And it was Amzat, Balal and all them that were turning it down because of Ramadan. That's the impression I got from that. That ended up currying a lot of favour for Leon because he was saying yes. His attributes carry him, i.e. his speed and strength. Technical ability is not great. He's not a clinical fighter, is he? Let's put it that way. I'm genuinely surprised the Battle of Africa actually felt like a battle and not one-sided. You know what, right? I was saying that was probably the best main event this year. The best main event this year. Like you say, it was an actual battle. It felt like a fight. And it was a good fight as well. It felt like a really good fight. And it did feel like it could have gone any way. Like the best Izzy at this point in time turned up. And I think Izzy's lost... He's lost a yard, I think. I think he's 35. He's declining. He's not the same as he was maybe 2 years ago. I think Dricus has KO power, but not precision to make it work. Yes. Yeah. I'd agree with that. Would you say he's got one shot knockout power, though? Or would you say he's just got heavy hands where, the right punch and a nice combination would drop someone? Or would you say he's got that one punch, absolute knockout power strength and just bad technique? So Darren Till ain't too bad, losing to DDP. I'd say that, and not a lot of people gave Darren enough credit, did they, at that time? To think that Darren Till's last loss was against the champion. I just wish Darren didn't give up. He should have stuck at it. I mean, the lad's only 31. He's only 31, and he should have. Some fighters should just fight down, and they should just fight down, get a layup fight in. When you're on a bit of a skid, just fight really far down. Fight someone that probably don't deserve the opportunity, and just get a win in the books. Like how boxing do every now and again. They'll fight down, or they'll have an easier fight. I feel like the UFC, they aren't doing that sometimes with certain fighters. They just don't give them that opportunity to bounce back. They just they're more impressed. They're more bothered about putting on big names on cards. Darren got crushed. I think Dricus could KO anyone if he landed properly. He throws like a spaz. Till is a stepping stone till he got KO'd by a 155-pounder. I think there was more legs in Till. I do feel like there was more legs in Till. His head went a little bit. It was a mental thing, and making welterweight was never a good option for Darren Till. He should have stepped up to middleweight earlier, and I think he would have had more success. Don't forget, he was struggling. All 2017, he was struggling with weight. He had to fight at catch weight a few times. He got hospitalized. Why is that not me? Hospital. He went to the hospital. He got sent to the hospital because he had a terrible weight cut. I don't know. I think he stayed at welterweight far too long, and then by the time he stepped up to middleweight, I think they threw him in with some killers, didn't they? Like, he beat Gastelum, then he had Whitaker, Brunson, and Dricus. I mean, last loss to a champion, his record is not looking too bright, but still, he lost to a current champ. The judges fixed his fight against Wonderboy. I don't remember that being a fix. I didn't remember that being a fix. Or even like any kind of robbery. I'm gonna have to rewatch that now, Donny. But I don't think it was a fix. Best fight yesterday. I would say it was DDP and Uka and Gamrot. Uka and Gamrot was brilliant. Oh, who won the bonuses? I'm guessing it was DDP and the Uka and Gamrot fight. Because Amzat will try to take it to him offensively with the wrestling. Yeah, the Amzat fight is interesting. But then at the same time, I don't think it could go one or two ways. It could be an absolute shit show when Amzat starts fighting the best of the best, because Amzat is going to come out really explosive and then get tired like really quick. Joey is a disgrace to fucking humanity. Why? What's Joey said now? Oh, it was fixed. Nobody thought Till beat Wonderboy. Is that just because you're supporting your guy though? Like, Uka Gamrot definitely deserved fighting that. Actually, you did get the bonuses. Let's have a look. Bonuses went to Danuka Gamrot, Kai Kara France, and Carlos Prats. Interesting that DDP and Israel Adesanya didn't get anything. I felt like that was a great fight. The Amzat Whitaker fight will answer a lot of questions if that happens. Well, that's the thing. I think that is... It's going to either expose Amzat or it'll prove that he's worthy to be in that top 5. Because when he fought Burns, it was a bit iffy, wasn't it, when he fought Burns? No one expected that from Amzat. So, and don't forget, Burns is 38 now. When he fought Amzat, how old was he? 36. He was 36 years old, fighting a guy who's just a truck who comes at you. So, yeah, like you say, I think that'll answer a lot of questions, the Whitaker fight. Is he capable of hanging around with someone who's not over the hill, who's going to have better cardio? Kai Kara France shouldn't have got it. The first round was boring as fuck. Yeah. Performance though, isn't it? Performance bonuses are basically some submissions or knockouts, aren't they? That's kind of what a performance is now. Performance bonuses replaced how they had knockout of the night and submission of the night. They just changed it to performance of the night instead. So it isn't really performance. I think they can give it for performance, but technically I think it means knockout or submission. Because previously it used to be, didn't it, knockout of the night and submission of the night. They probably already made enough money on Plesis and points on pay-per-view. Yeah, fair play, to be fair. Yeah, giving it to other guys. But no one's going to say no to a little bonus. Makes you feel valued. I'm excited for the Sphere, but not for the fight card itself. I'm more excited about the experience that it's going to give. I'm interested to see what they do with it. whether we're going to get any kind of experience watching it from home, or whether it's just going to be shit and you've got to be there. But I'm interested to see what they do, because Dana's bigged it up loads and they've spent loads of money on it. So I'm interested to see how they do. I think the walkouts, man, I'm looking forward to the walkouts. If they don't do something impressive and I don't get me wrong, I don't think they're going to do amazing stuff for every fighter. I think it'll just be standard graphics for most fighters. But for Sean O'Malley, when he comes out, I think they're going to do, you know how they do like a preview? The preview and his highlights are going to be on the sphere, like on the backdrop. And I think they'll have clips of him as he walks out. His music comes on, then they'll have like some kind of animation or, you know, like music type video for him as he walks out. And I think that would be amazing if they do something like that. If not, then yeah, they fucked up. Bit of a waste on Merab, though. Not all champs, because Merab's going to come out to like fucking donkey music or something, isn't he? Like he's Georgian donkey music from the mountains of Georgia. And they're just going to have like a desert background or something, or mountain. Not all champs or fighters get pay-per-view points, and now that ESPN holds all pay-per-view rights, fighters won't get any. Look at the disclosure from the lawsuit if you don't believe me. Yeah. Do you know if I'd imagine, I agree with that, but I would imagine Israel and DDP would have got pay-per-view points. I would have thought they would have. I thought DDP had Izzy in the first when he had the rear naked choke attempt. It was shit though. He didn't have proper control though, did he? Ass music is culturally. I can't speak today because I haven't slept. Culturally significant. Great. So we're going to have ass music. Bisping explained this as a few years back. Lester Fremont. Are you Sin Saints? I'm guessing you're Sin Saint. You change your name all the fucking time. Welcome to the stream, my guy. Bisping explained this a few years back. The only fight he got pay-per-view money was because he fought GSP. Yeah, it was a big fight. Didn't he get pay-per-view points for Dan Anderson then? Guarantee you Merab is going to come out with the Mexican music. He's coming out with some kind of like fucking... Yeah, it's going to be terrible. His music's going to be terrible. Yeah, but you're not stating facts though. Oh yeah. I'm just saying, I would have thought that, but then you're not countering it with any source material, Donny. But yeah, Sphere, it could be interesting, it could be terrible. I changed my name twice, it's no longer Morbing Time. I'd appreciate severing any perceived ties with the Fury-themed dildo bootlegger company. Okay. I'll yeah, no worries. We'll to be fair, Morbing Time, it was a joke one night, and you should never have changed your name. It was a bit I think you were a bit rash into jumping into that decision. Professor Morbius was a bit gay. It was funny that one night, and then I bet you regretted it the day after. No, we only got pay-per-view with his fight with GSP because GSP was the only one he fought who had pay-per-view in his contract. It's all in the disclosure, and ask Bisping. Yeah, I'm just going to call up Bisping, mate. I'm just going to call up Bisping and find out Oh, did you get pay-per-view points for any other fights than GSP? Just go and call him up now. Either way, he's not done too bad because his career earnings are disclosed at 11.2 million. So he's not done too bad. At least they are wasting the sphere on O'Malley and Marab. I'd rather Max and Ilya be in a standard arena. Wouldn't you? I don't know about that. I don't. It depends on the atmosphere, doesn't it? Because the atmosphere could be really dead in the sphere, but they're going to pump music into it, aren't they? They're going to have fake cheers for the at-home audience. We're going to hear a fake crowd. If the sphere flops, Max versus Tapuri are going to be at the Apex. There's no way they'll put it in the Apex. The Apex is closing anyway. The Apex, it's not closing forever, but the going under construction in November. So we're not going to get the Apex cards for a while. I think 6 months it's going to be closed for. Nah, it was fine. Online handles don't matter much to me. It's frustrating when you have a cool one that doesn't work out, but when you can't be arsed, they're all the same. They are, eventually. They all just disappear into one. Yeah, Max and Ilya is scheduled for 308 anyway, so that won't be in the Apex because it closes the beginning. There's no way they're going to put that in the Apex. Do you think Michael Chandler's career is essentially over? It looks that way, doesn't it? It really does look that way. And the thing is, a lot of older fighters don't do well in the lower weight classes. Like Michael Chandler's 38 years old now. He's 38. He's hoping and praying for the Conor McGregor fight for whatever reason, whether he's getting paid for it or he's getting a bonus or whether he's getting pay-per-view. For whatever reason, that he sees that as his ticket out of MMA, I reckon. Because he's 38 years old. He'll be almost 39 by the time he fights. Yeah, he's got one fight in him, I reckon. One fight in him. We have so many crowded fight nights towards the end of the year. China, Canada, Tampa. Yeah, it's the worst part of the year. 38, but built like a Mack truck still. It doesn't matter. Like you could be as big as you want. Like your timing, your reflexes, your speed, it all disappears, doesn't it? Like the decision making isn't there either. It all starts to fucking go. It all goes, and I don't think we're going to see him much. I hate that every time I tune into a vertical stream, my PC is in a box somewhere. Yeah, I'm going. Chandler's got a good year of fights if he wants to cash out. Yeah, I reckon, but he isn't fighting. He's like you say, he's not fighting. He's got to be fighting. If Chandler wins, he retires. Mark my words. Do you reckon? Do you reckon he retires? Does he retire if he loses? Does he? I don't think he retires if he wins. I really don't. No fighter is going to retire on a win and not be a champion. I just don't believe that'll happen when you're in contention for a title. Chandler, if he beats McGregor or whoever he fights next, if he beats him, he's ranked. Where's he ranked now? Is he sixth, seventh? He's just going to cash in on a title run. He'll go for a title run. He's ranked number 6 in the division. Possibility Gamrot will drop below him after losing to Uka. Uka might leapfrog into 5th. So Chandler will probably stay 6th, maybe. Say he beats whoever he fights next. He stays roughly where he is. If it's someone below him, maybe moves up 1 place. He's in contention for a title shot. Like they could even make Chandler fight for the title after whoever fights next for the title. After Sarukian fights Islam, they could make, if Chandler wins, because don't forget, Gamrot's coming off a loss, Dustin's coming off a loss, Gaethje's off a loss, Oliveira's coming off a loss. So the 4 people above Chandler are all coming off losses. If Chandler wins, then he could be sitting in title contention after Sarukian. So that's a possibility. You're not going to retire when you're in a position of winning a UFC world title. I just don't see that happening. Chandler really hasn't done anything. He lost to every good fighter he fought besides Tony. Yeah, I don't doubt that. But in terms of his career, he'll be looking at this, and the cards have played out well for Michael Chandler. Very well for Michael Chandler. Conor versus Chandler at 310 seems perfect. I thought, when I was looking at the events, the MSG card. It's UFC 309 in November. I think it'll be at Madison Square Garden. That's the kind of occasion that Conor likes. MSG, New York City. He can go do some shopping. He can go party, turn up to the fight. It's a big occasion. He likes New York. No one told Iron Mike that 15 in a hand is worth more than the rumor of a really big one in a bush. Speaking of Iron Mike, you've just reminded me. When's the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight? Is that still going ahead? November 15th. Oh. They've done a face-off today. I've only just seen this. Mike Tyson and Jake Paul had a face-off, and Mike Tyson punched Jake Paul. He punched him in the head. I've got to see this. Is it fake, though? Is it fake? Oh, yeah, it looks fake as shit. Yeah, Mike Tyson's laughing and... Oh, that was shit. He just taps him in the stomach. That was headlines are so bad, man. Mike Tyson punches Jake Paul during face-off for boxing fight. It was just like there in the chest. Stupid. I really expect to find out years down the line that Chandler overestimated the UFC's willingness to enforce contractual obligations after TUF. He's a bit of an idiot. he's a proper idiot. And there's still the possibility that Conor McGregor just leaves the UFC under the sunset clause, just does one, never fights in the UFC ever again. Is he done? No. Izzy's not done. Izzy put on a good performance last night. He's on the decline. Don't get me wrong. He's never going to be the best as Israel Adesanya anymore. Those days are gone. He's 35. But did he put on a good performance? He did put on a good performance. He put on a really good performance. Also, he probably overestimated the priority of responsibilities within those contracts. Chandler just overestimated a lot, to be fair. I think he's a bit naive, and he hasn't got good, smart people around him. Yeah, but in regards to Izzy'll be around. I think the right fights for Izzy and he can win. But if they just keep... This is where it pisses me off with the UFC. The UFC are going to want Book, and because the fighters have got egos, they're going to want Book Israel Adesanya versus one of the top contenders or an upcoming contender. But if Israel dropped down and started fighting like, you know, your Vittoris or your Cannoniers, your Costas again, or even an Manson, you know, got a win under his belt, you know. But they're just going to feed him. They're going to feed him to someone like Brendan Allen or KO or even Yuri. Yeah, the fight to make, I think, would be a really good fight. Yuri versus Israel. Yuri versus Izzy. That would be a good fight to make. 309 is November 16th. Mark my words, the Island press conference will be on November 19th. Why November 19th? What's significant about that? So you're going for 310, but Cheora, Bamba, Che, Bamba Che, Buongiorno. I think Izzy still beat Whittaker. Do you? Even a declining Izzy. Would you prefer, though, Donnie? Would you prefer to see Israel Whittaker again, Israel Strickland, or Israel Yuri Prohashka? Which fight would you prefer? Or Israel Amzat? Izzy is approaching the stage of his career Anderson was in when they fought. Let's see some fun fights from now on. Exactly that. I'd prefer Israel to fight down, have some fun fights, than try and fight the top of the division. The fun fights would be the way to go. Like exactly that, like and the Anderson stage. Israel versus Strickland. November 19th will be after UFC 309, and they're more than likely would want to start promotion early for Chandler and Conor. Whittaker versus Strickland. Well, surely they're going... I think it'll be for UFC 309, though. I think 309's going to be the card. If they book it. If Conor McGregor is going to fight again, I think it'll be New York. Or he's going to wait out his contract. Vanzi Lavos, welcome South Africa. Get in, lad. DDP, what a legend. South Africans should be very proud of their guy for last night. DDP turned up like a gangster. So you guys should be... When he comes home, I hope you're all at that airport celebrating his win. Celebrate with him. Carry him around the city like a king, because you've got a king. I think out of all the top 7 guys, Rob is the least threat to regain the 185 title. Really? I don't think he's the least amount of threat. I think Strickland's the least amount of threat. Good lad, Lavos. 309 is Jones versus Stipe, mate. They've not confirmed anything though, have they? The only fight confirmed for the 309 is Weidman and Anders. So what's making you think it's going to be Jones and Stipe? Because I think Jones and Stipe is going to be December 10th. I think that'll be the 310 card. I think Jones, Stipe will be 310. And if McGregor's fighting, it'll be 309. My thoughts. Or has anything being made official? Oh, hang on. What did Jones confirm? Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right there. Jones confirmed, but we know how that went with when Conor started playing those games. If you remember, Conor started saying he was going to fight on this date, and then the UFC just didn't agree to it, and they scheduled it for a completely different date. So, as much as John Jones has said he wants to be fighting on UFC 309 for that date, doesn't mean it's going to happen. Well, I get what you mean. The link is to UFC 309. But the UFC haven't confirmed it. If you remember, Conor McGregor did the same thing for the Chandler fight. He started trying to confirm dates, and those dates were complete bullshit. Maybe DDP versus Alex. I don't like that. I don't like that fight. Don't think we need to see that fight. It just doesn't interest me, DDP versus Alex. It really doesn't. I think Alex should stay at light heavyweight or move up to heavyweight. DDP, get some title defenses in against your division. It does nothing for DDP either. DDP beating Alex, he doesn't get a second bout. And it holds up the division somewhat. Middleweight's such a busy division at the moment. I don't think they need Alex coming down. If middleweight was struggling for contenders, then yeah, fair enough. Bring Alex down. But KO's fighting Cannonier next week. If KO beats Cannonier, he jumps to 5th in the rankings. You've got Whittaker, Amzat fighting soon. Just don't think we need it. As soon as Alex saw Shamil get a decision win his last fight, he quickly turned towards middleweight. Yeah, the stench. It was the smell. He smelt him. He thought, "Do I want be smelling these sweaty, greasy heavyweights?" And he said, "No fucking way, no fucking way. I'm going back down to middleweight." When is John Jones fighting next? It's going to be. John Jones said November 9th to MSG, but the UFC have not confirmed it. It's yet to be announced. But it's looking like either 309 or 310. It's going to be one of them. Imagine 309 is Conor versus Chandler main event, co-main event, Uka versus Gaethje, 5 rounds. That would be perfect. I said Uka versus Gaethje, it needs to be booked. After, if Uka, I said before the Gamrot Uka fight, I wanted Uka win purely so we could have Uka Gaethje boot next. Because it makes sense. They're both prize fighters. They sit they right next to each other in the rankings now. Yeah, Uka Gaethje, book it. And like you say, 5 rounds. It needs to be 5 rounds. That would be an epic card, to be fair. Whatever, whether it's 309, 310, whatever it is, if that was the main and co-main, you wouldn't care what other fights were on that card. You really wouldn't. Anything else is a bonus. MSG needs a big headliner. That's why I'm thinking Conor, Michael. That's why I think Conor will headline MSG, not Jones. Unless they do a double-double. But I don't think Conor's ego would take being a co-main. Hit the like button, mates. Subscribe. Appreciate it. Yeah, jump in, jump out. Hit the like button. Shake it all about. Bo Nichols said he's fighting on the MSG card. That exciting fighter. Whatever happens with Bo, at least he's exciting. I'd be a much better fighter than John Jones if I had comparable amount of roids versus his demons. I mean, the guy has killer dog guns, etc. There's always going to be a blip on John Jones's record, isn't there now? Like, for everything that he's done in the sport, there's always going to be that question mark above his name. And that's why I think he'll retire after the Stipe fight. Jones and Conor will never be on the same card. Why? Too much drugs. How's the tech going? The tech? The tech? What tech? Tyler. What tech we talking about? The technical issue. Oh, it's fixed. If you're on about the technical issue. Took me about 20 minutes to fix it, but yeah. It's all fixed now. All fixed. So we're good. We're good. The time frame would land on November 9th, and his next post, he confirmed the date with a caption that read, "The red corner, my office, November 9th. Jones confirmed the location in a comment to a fan who had told him to claim a fight. November 9th, Madison Square Garden. That's what Jones has said. But whether that's official, we don't know yet. Matt Hamill has a winning record versus John Jones. John can't argue with that. The Hamill will not be hearing it. Well, they try and get it overturned, aren't they? Like, I've never known the UFC work as hard for glaze one man in the company as John Jones. The fact that they try and move heaven and earth, changing rules and try and overturn a decision, a DQ, is mental. The fact is, back then, the rules were the rules. They can't overturn that. Like, they want to overturn that DQ on his record, and I think it would be a no contest, wouldn't it? Like, it'll be a no contest, which is crazy anyway. Like, it's not like he's going to get the win. It'll just be a no contest. But they're going to get overturned. But at the time, that was the rule. The rules were no 12-6 elbows, and he did 12-6 elbows. He got DQ'd. They can't retroactively go, well, we've changed this rule, so now we're going to rule out all 12-6 elbow DQ finishes. It's madness. They were the rules at the time. It's like going back and going, well, knockout wins don't count anymore in championship fights, so we're going to go back. Every knockout win in a championship fight is going to get overturned, so the other guy will be a champ. It's stupid. Absolutely stupid. Mad logic. We need to get 307 already. Such a good card. Pull up the full card now. So we got... Oh, 307 isn't striking me as a card that I'm extremely excited about. Not bothered about Pennington, Penner. Thompson, Buckley might be all right. Aldo Batista, it could be okay. Aljamain Sterling, Evlov, not looking forward to that one bit. Kayla Harrison don't care either. It's not thrilling for me, that isn't. If I'm being honest, I'm much more excited for the fight night the week before. That card, the fight night the week before 307 is way better in my opinion. Moicano BSD, Nasruddin Brendan Allen, QT Larber's on that card. We've got Matt Steamroller's on the card, and then they've got a few more bouts to confirm. But yeah, so far Brian Battle's on the card as well. I like that. I very much like that card. I prefer that over 307. Do you feel like the Izzy versus DDP fight lived up to the hype rule? I do. To be fair, I don't even think the UFC promoted it or overhyped it, to be fair at all. So yeah, quite enjoyed the fight. It was one of the best main events this year. You can tell John Jones comes from a rich family and wasn't punished much by the logic he uses. Go on, Melson. Explain that logic in detail. In great detail, I expect. Dana doesn't like Jones. He wants Jones to beat Stipe and try to consider him the best heavyweight. This all goes back to Ngannou, I'm telling you. Yeah, I think Dana doesn't like Jones, but he knows that Jones is necessary for the business. You know why Jones is necessary for the business? Because Jones is going to be the Muhammad Ali of MMA. When Jones retires, he will become the Muhammad Ali of MMA. He'll be this legend that's known for years and years and years to come. And that's what the UFC want to cement in their legacy. Because the UFC, they've got legends, but it's only hardcore fans that kind of know the legends. Jones has transitioned through different generations, so the previous generations know him, and the modern casual fans know him as well. He's a big character in the sport. A lot of people know who he is. He will be that Muhammad Ali character for the UFC. That's what they're trying to do. Now, if they overturn that, they got to give Piotr his belt back. Shit's gay. They won't. They won't, but Jones will get the exceptions. Don't slander Sarukian's future ex-wife like that. Sorry. I apologise. Killer's an alright character. Yeah, I just nothing about Killer excites me though. 308 is a monstrous card. Let's rate it. Okay. Yeah, it's the Abu Dhabi card. Yeah, of course it's going to be a monstrous card. It's in Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi and Saudi Arabia are going to get all the monstrous cards. All the super cards are going to be in Abu Dhabi now. So the days of them being in America or the UK are just no longer going to be. We'll never see them anymore. They'll all the super cards will be in Saudi Arabia or Abu Dhabi. Imagine going to Abu Dhabi or Saudi Arabia and not being able to drink. That would be very sad. Kamala Putin. You're right. United fan, are you? How you doing, Putin? Got Putin in here. I'm a fan of the Weasel's work, but I think Weasel is 0-4 right now in picking title fights. Terrible the Weasel is. You'd think he'd know better. Guess who isn't 0-4 in picking title fights? This guy. In the main events, this guy. Once I see that plus 1,000 on Stipe KO, I'm betting 1,000 on it. It's worth it. You can hope. How you doing, Kamala? Anyway, we're rating this card. So, main event. No, we'll start from... We've got Renat on the card. Good fight. Ruziboev. Bruno. Magomedov. Dilima. Kennedy's on there. RDA. Jeff Neal. Dan Ige. Lerone Murphy. I like that fight, you know, boys. That, for me, Lerone Murphy and Dan Ige... That could be fight of the night. Ankalaev and Rakic. I can't believe that's so far down. That is ridiculous. They really don't like Ankalaev. They really, really do not like the guy. That could be a fair, decent scrap. Ankalaev has got a lot to prove, and I think he needs to really step up again in that fight. So I think he'll have a lot to prove, Ankalaev, and he needs to shut his mouth and toe the line a little bit. Otherwise, he'll never get a title shot. The UFC are punishing Ankalaev right now. Anyway, Whittaker versus Chimaev, another solid fight. Interesting to see how that plays out. I feel like, for me, in my head, I think Whittaker's going to be too much for Chimaev. Chimaev will come out, Whittaker will weather the storm, and then he'll take over. Gorn versus Volkov, again, another banger of a fight. Good matchup, and heavyweights on a co-main, and then Topuria Max as the main event, which I think everyone's expecting fireworks. I don't think Topuria and Holloway will be a bang. It'll be a good fight, but I think someone gets finished, and I don't think it'll end up being like a war of a fight. The war of a fight, I think, will be Murphy and Ige. That'll be the best fight of the night. I had to explain to I might book a flight, go watch 308. It would be my first UFC event. Do it, man. Where are you from? Where are you from? They loves way. Where you from, my guy? I had to explain to my family member why MMA fans didn't appreciate Stephen A. Smith's take on eye-level fights once. It'd be hard to dissuade them from Jones' GOAT arguments without sounding like 8. Yeah, you've got no chance. You've got no chance. Even the modern MMA fan, if they like Jones, there's no dissuading them or making them see any kind of sense. They're not open to that debate. I just thought they'd be a bit more violent with all the build-up before the fight. Okay. I felt like it was a fair bit of violence. But yeah, I know what you mean. It was very back and forward, wasn't it? USA gets Mexican themed card with 10 fights, and the tickets are 5k plus. And then Topuria, Max Holloway, Gorn, Volkov are all in Abu Dhabi. I'm from New York. Do it, man. Do it. If I could go to that event, I'd go to that event. That is probably one of the best cards this year. One of the best cards this year. Definitely. That is better value than paying however much, 5k, 10k for a UFC 306 Sphere ticket, which is crazy. Crazy, because the card isn't even that good. I'm back. How long you live for? Don't know. Maybe 10 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. Don't know, Paradox. I just go until I'm done. I'm trying to stream a bit longer than I normally do. But I've streamed a lot in the last God knows how long. Are you jumping back on, Para? It's chaos in the household. Are you streaming? Are you streaming? Yes. Anyway, Abu Dhabi. Tickets on sale for that Abu Dhabi, by the way. Abu Dhabi. Respect. Backstreet Boys DNA World Tour. Why go to the UFC when you can go see Backstreet Boys in Abu Dhabi? Oh, yes, tickets for... Buy tickets. Let's have a look. Let me translate. AED to... pounds. Oh my god, the ticket prices for Abu Dhabi are actually cheap. Like really cheap. Like they all sold out though. Yeah, the event sold out. God damn it. Going to Abu Dhabi and watching the fights there would probably work out cheaper than going to a UK event, because the baseline price is way cheaper. Oh shit, ringside. You can get ringside seats for, what's that, 19,000 AED. What's 19,000? Yeah, $4,000. $4,000 for a ringside seat at UFC 308. If anyone wants to donate $4,000 and take me to UFC 308 in Abu Dhabi, that would be fucking perfect. That would be amazing. That is crazy though. Is that the cheapest? I think that's the cheapest. All the other seats seem to be... Oh no, you've got Cat 4 tickets. What are Cat 4 tickets? Cat 4 tickets are 9,000. 9,000. What's 9,000? That's more realistic. Oh no, it's not. $2,000. I'm going to be live after attempting to record some videos, so be on in an hour or so. Right, I probably won't be on that long, otherwise I wouldn't hand it over. I just go until I'm done. That's what that's what she said. Thoughts about this makeshift 309 card: Jones versus Stipe, Balal versus Usman, Uka versus Gaethje, Yair versus Allen, and Luke versus MVP. I don't like Balal versus Usman, but I do think that's the fight that they're going to make. I feel like Usman's a company man and he's pleased the right people. He said yes. He stepped up short notice for the Amzat fight. I kind of feel like the UFC owe him one. He's still ranked number 1 or number 2. He's still highly ranked. I feel like they're going to do that fight, and Balal and Usman have set the scene a little bit. Uka versus Gaethje, I rate that fight. Jones versus Stipe. Does anyone care? I think that's the problem. Jones versus Stipe, it's an interesting fight, but it should have probably happened like 5 years ago. Not now. Like the momentum has been killed. Uka Gaethje interests me. Yair versus Allen interests me. Luke versus MVP would be a good fight as well. I'd like that matchup. But that card, it's not great. You know why? Because the main and co-main lack significance. The Balal versus Usman doesn't do much or change the division landscape in any way. It's just kind of either giving Balal an easy title defense or giving an Usman a way back to the title, which does he really need? Does he warrant it? Does he deserve it? Probably not. The Uka Gaethje fight interests me because that has more significance. It'll be a banger of a fight. It'll be a prize fight. Both guys like to bang, and it could even be the interim. It could even be for an title contender. The next person in line for the title after Sarukian, number 1 title contender or whatever they call it. Fucking can't think. Number 1 contenders match. That's the one. Do you think that there's already been a significant event swept under the rug in the Middle East, like when the WWE went to Afghan and one of their female stars got drugged and violently Did that? What? I've never heard that. When was this? And who was it? Was it the fight for the troops event that they did? And I love how like it was in Afghan, but it was the US soldiers that went all fucking weird. I think Usman should stay at 185. Why 185 stacked, man? There's no place for Usman at 185. He needs to stay at welter. I just don't think Usman. Well, Usman will be outsized by a lot of the middleweights, and then there's so many middleweights like coming up that I don't think the division needs another guy. If Usman's still got cardio, I think he could beat Balaliam. Fuck you. I don't think he beats Balal. I really don't. I'd like him beat Balal, but then do I want to see Usman? I want to see Balal beat, but do I want to see Usman beat Balal and then Usman be the title holder again and hold up the division? Because let's face it, Shavkat is the rightful contender right now. Shavkat, then it's JDM, and then we've got Ian Gary coming up. We don't need Usman getting in the way. Do you think Diaz ever fights again? Was it Diaz who couldn't get into Abu Dhabi? Because it was originally for the Abu Dhabi or Saudi Arabia card, wasn't it? The fight. And then it got pulled because of visa issues. And they cancelled the bout, travel issues. And then they just haven't rebooked it, which is weird. Because normally with stuff like that, when it's an inconvenience kind of thing, they just rebook it for a different card. Maybe we'll get an announcement. Maybe they go and book it on one of these like later cards. Or maybe Nick's throwing a wobbler now. Like, I don't want fight him. I want fight Balal for the title. You know what Nick's like. I'll pay for the tickets to Abu Dhabi, but we have yeah, no chance. I'd rather not go. Yeah, the troops event. Yeah, read the Vince Court papers, man. He got in trouble for trying to make us stay silent about it for business relations over there. I don't know the names, saw video, to be honest. Okay, I'll have to check that out in proper detail. I've got an article up. I'll read through it. I don't know if they named the person who claimed abuse or whatever. I don't think they named who it was, by the looks of it. Dana White, Saudi Prince style. Saudi little Prince. You can imagine him in the headgear and everything, couldn't you? Usman walks around at 215 pounds. He cuts too much for 170. But I still think he's under. I don't get me wrong. I just don't think he's going to be one of those fighters that going up to middleweight. I don't think it would do him well. I just don't think it would do him well now. But you're right. Maybe cutting is too much. Maybe he could finish his career off at 185. But I don't think they'd have to pick him the right fights. Jones versus Stipe, totally irrelevant in my opinion. Jones Aspinall makes way more sense. It does. It really does. I just don't think... I think Jones will retire, Lane. Jones will retire and he'll just sail off into the sunset. He'll leave Tom Aspinall hanging out dry. And he screws... Lane, what Jones is going to do is he's going to become the Muhammad Ali by beating Stipe. He'll beat Stipe, become the Muhammad Ali, retire, and become this amazing legend for the UFC. And in the same breath, he will screw Tom Aspinall of becoming the greatest ever heavyweight that's ever existed. Because who's Tom Aspinall going to beat to solidify his legacy as a great fucking GOAT? He can't. There's no one there for him. Jones retires. Stipe retires. Who's he going to make a name off? Cyril Gane? Volkov? No. It's just, unfortunately, he's going to go down as the shoulda, woulda, coulda guy. Lewis versus Romanov just got announced for Edmonton. Like that matchup. Don't mind that matchup. Sweats though, aren't they? Both sweats. Bet they both stink. Talking about Ashley. I wasn't talking about Ashley. Oh, the WWE girl. Is that who it was? Is that the one who got stuffed by the troops? Ah, yes. That's... Yeah, I'm guessing that's her. Oh, she's dead now. Fuck. So, what happened? Did Vinnie Mac fucking assassinate her? Oh my god, this gets worse. It gets worse. She was actually part of... she was in a stable called Vince's Devils. Jesus Christ. The writing was on the wall for Vinnie Mac one. It was all there. Vince's Devils. He had a stable of female fighters called Vince's Devils. That is foreshadowing or what? He foreshadowed that shit. How did she die? Oh yeah, lawsuit and allegations, and then death. Death on May 15th, 2019. Ashley finished replying to fan mail and then suddenly died. But did not show up for work at WWSK FM later that night, prompting another DJ to fill in for her. At 5:23 a.m., very specific. The next morning, paramedics responded to a rescue call and discovered Massaro unresponsive at her home in Smithtown. When they arrived at the hospital, she was pronounced dead. Later that day in the funeral home, she was buried somewhere. At the time of the death, all citing the website TMZ stated death as a suicide. Medical examiners officers did not release official cause of death. New York State privacy laws that allows withholding information that would constitute an unwarranted invasion of personal privacy. USA stated that she had died by suicide and wrote that her death, along with suicides of wrestlers Anna Kimura, Daphne in the succeeding 2 years, had spurred a conversation about mental health. Yeah, so they tried to cover it up, didn't they? But yeah, it took her own life, sadly. Sad to hear. I didn't name the person in the doc. In the doc, she is named. She's not anonymous. I just don't remember. I'm not a WWE fan. Oh, right. Fair enough. He wrestled at 187 pounds. Yeah, but I mean, that was a long time ago. And you're not getting punched in the head in wrestling, are you? Hey, guys, were you able to watch the prelims on ESPN Plus? I don't have ESPN Plus in the UK. Anyone confirm or deny that the gate work? Combined Stipe's and Jones' ages combined are 79 years old. That's sad, isn't it, Donny? She committed suicide. Sad. Pratt versus Calvin would be such a fun matchup. I wouldn't mind that. I disagree with you guys, but it's not the obligation of every retired fighter to rise up from the grave and take on the new guy. Stipe Jones is a contracted fight between two guys that are retiring. I agree, Paladin. But at the same time, it's not necessarily them two fighting that bothers me. It's the how long it took Jones to get to heavyweight. The fact that they've got an interim title holder, they're holding up the division, all this back and forward, injuries, stuff like that. Anyone else they would have moved the division on for. There's just a bit too much. It's lost. That fight, Stipe versus Jones, lost the excitement for me. That's what happened. It just lost the excitement. Bring back Mia and Brock and bail out Kane. Make them all run Tom's fade. I wouldn't mind that. I watched prelims on ESPN Plus. Right, guys, I appreciate you joining. I'm logging off now. Enjoy the rest of your nights. Drop some comments, likes, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers for joining, boys.